Wrestling is unlike any other sport. Once you've wrestled, everything else in life is easy. But when you're out on the mat, it's only you against another wrestler. So it's really everything on you. That being the case, it kind of exposes a lot of you, and it really builds up your confidence in life.
I think there's a lot of different aspects to it. It's not just wrestling. You got your conditioning, you're making weight at home, so it's really a 24/7 commitment.
He does everything we ask of him. I could see him when we have break checking his phone because he's dealing with orders and he's dealing with customers and all. So we have an understanding with that. Sports are important, school is more important, and having a business and the success that he's had is pretty tremendous.
So about 2 years ago, in the summer of COVID, when everyone kind of had a lot of time on their hands, I started decorating my own room, LED strip lights, neon signs, just simple stuff like that. And then I started to branch out and experiment on my own with my own stuff. I had this stuffed penguin that was kind of leaking stuffing, it had a few holes in it, and that led to the first prototype of these LED cloud lights. And first prototype, pretty rough for myself only, never thought about selling it, but in all due time, I had enough time. I started to build on it, I started to improve, and I'm like, hey, I might be able to actually sell these. And that's when I first listed the item on Etsy. Starting on Etsy, it was pretty slow at first. It was first friends and family, of course. In the first year, it was like, I think 40 sales. The reviews were mixed, like a 3 stars. Some of the reviews say, hey, it looks like a kid made this. So I thought that was funny. And then I started to really dive deeper, improving the production process, taking my time, getting new materials to start from scratch with, and that's when I really started to see an increase in the quality and people purchasing them. In the second year, we're doing about 400, and last year in 2022, almost 970 orders just in 1 year, so it's kind of grown exponentially since the start. So there's a lot of room decor. Come September, college dorms, that's a big market. And then I've done a bunch of larger deals with companies. There's a venue in Vegas called Star Venture. They're like a kind of a convention center, banquet hall. I worked out a deal with them where they bought 20 of the largest clouds. Down in Atlanta, there's an office space for a gaming company that bought 3, and those are currently hanging in their place. New York City, there was kind of like a craft store, and they got a few for their store window. So it's not just home decor, it's kind of expanded into decoration in general, storefronts, parties, venues.
To have the business and to have the success that he's had with the business, everybody has ideas, but to actually put them into place and able to be successful, and he's caught lightning in a bottle with the business. So I'm encouraging him any way I can.
It's really tricky during Christmas time, come October, November. I'm up before school around 5, I'm working, getting everything I need to go. Then I go to school, and the wrestling season starts in November. So I'm practicing for 3 hours, and I come home, get my homework done, and work some more. So for a few months of the year, it's a 24/7 commitment.
The fact that he's been able to juggle everything along with wrestling is a real testament to his fortitude.
I'm also a student pilot, so once the wrestling season ends, I'm going to get back to training over at Bridgeport Sikorsky, and I'll have my pilot's license late March, so that's pretty exciting. It's really freeing. I think it's something everyone should experience at least 1 or 2 times. It's very different than like a commercial flight where you're so far up, can't really see much, but when you're down low, just touching the clouds, you open the window, stick your hand out. There was no intentional connection, but the way it worked out is really nice.
The fact that he's wrestling and proving and being one of the leaders on the team just shows you what he's brought to the table as far as not only being a wrestler, but also an entrepreneur and a business owner and a student athlete as well.
I think this goes for a lot of things in life. You're gonna get out what you put in. You show up to wrestling practice every day on time, you work for 2.5 hours, you're gonna get better. If you come here, I work for 2 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the night, so on and so forth. Stuff's gonna get done, stuff's gonna grow. You get in what you put out.